Hi everyone! Today we are going to be looking at Johanna Basford's new book, Inklings. It is around about the same size and shape as Small Victories. Don't look at the cover of this, by the way. It's covered in pencil dust and all sorts. It's looking a bit worse for wear. It's about the same size and shape. I want to say that Inklings might be ever so slightly wider, but there's nothing in it really. And yeah, so it's got this beautiful blush pink cover with the gold foil accents. And on the back it says, from floral motifs to fairy houses and delicious cakes to dainty butterflies, this little book is a celebration of everything we love about colouring. There are dozens of joyful small illustrations and single page designs for you to colour when you need a quick colouring fix, all designed to charm and delight. So it's very much like Small Victories. It's pocket sized. It's something you can take with you quite easily wherever you go. Some people like to have a little colouring book to take when they're waiting in the doctor's surgery, on plane rides, you know. There's really any way you could take this book. It's very small and compact, and I guess it's just nice to have a little bit of Johanna wherever you go, because her books are obviously quite large and a bit more cumbersome. So yes, Inklings. This, I would say, after just having a look through it, is probably more like Small Victories Part 2. So it's very, very similar to Small Victories. And I'd even go as far as to say, unless you are like a die-hard mega Johanna Basford fan and a completionist and you want every single book, which is me, you might just want to choose one or the other. If you're wondering, you know, I want a small book, but I don't want to buy both, I just want one. Honestly, it doesn't really matter which one of these you choose. They are very, very similar to each other. So let's open it up. So we've got the inside cover, which is just the card of the cover. There's no slip cover or French flap or anything like that. And of course you can colour on it as well. Then we have the title page, which again, there's lots of tiny things to colour. Some of these leaves are absolutely minute. You need a really sharp pencil for those. And then we have all the copyright and publisher information and a little motif at the top. And of course, your nameplate page. Then we've got an introduction from Johanna, very similar to Small Victories. You know, it's a small sized illustration for you to colour when you've only got a few minutes, but you want to get something creative done. And then we've got her top tips for colouring. Of course, she prefers pencils to pens. She's telling you to put some blank paper behind the page you're working on to catch any ink transfer, and don't try and colour right into the binding or force the book to lay flat, which is something that's a bit difficult with these smaller books, is trying to get them to lay flat. You've really got to sort of manipulate the spine. You know, I'm pushing this spine out in order to get it to lay pretty much flat. So here we start with the actual illustrations then. We've got 2 floral wreaths, and then we have got 9 little vignettes, and these look like nighttime vignettes. So they're clusters of flowers, mushrooms and little creatures. And again, something you can get done very, very quickly, one of these small bits. We've got some butterflies or moths, and then a few more of those rectangular shaped vignettes. Then there are some little spherical motifs. This one has, look like koi carp to me, and then a symmetrical butterfly one. Here we've got a manta ray holding up a sailing boat. So yeah, you will notice that unlike Johanna's sort of older books, her bigger books, there's not as much going on the page, and that's kind of done for a reason, because this is supposed to be little things that you can colour quite quickly. So we have some little islands, lighthouse, windmill, and then this, I guess, well, this is a tree house, isn't it? With like a bottle shaped area underneath that it's growing from. Then we have 3 little dinosaurs. Again, Small Victories, very similar. I think, was there 3 dinosaurs on that one, or was it something else? I know that there were 2 or 3 creatures sort of stacked up like that. Watch me not be able to find it now because I'm looking for it. Yeah. Oh, we've got 3 dogs. Maybe that's what I was thinking of. Anything else in here? I mean, look, it's like those motifs I was showing you where there's 9 or 8 on a page. Very, very similar in that sense. It's more of the same. So if you have Small Victories and you absolutely love it, you will no doubt want to get Inklings, because it's just more of the same. Houses, flowers, and bits like that. So then we have something new. It's a meerkat, which is really sweet. It's not very often that Johanna sort of tries her hand at, I guess, semi-realistic animals. They're always quite cute and cartoony. This one's a little bit more realistic, and it's very sweet. I really like the little halo of flowers that he's got around his head. So we have a little shop front. Looks like they're selling cakes and coffee. This one would be nice in sort of like a French style, I think. And then we've got some, what are these? So we've got a table, another bookstore front, and another front with cakes. So here we've got 2, I believe, koi carp, and they're decorated with flowers, but as you can see, there is not much going on. Now, I cannot sit here and criticise that, because that's what the book is about. It's about smaller things that you can colour, and you don't have to worry about big elaborate scenes. However, I think it would have been nice to have something else on this double page to tie them together. I guess they just look a little bit floaty on the page, and it might have been nice to have some more detail on there. But then again, you know, people might want to practice colouring water, and in that case they've got such a big expansive area to practice. You know, maybe that's what Johanna had in mind, that you would be trying to do some water effects around there. So we have 6 little houses and 6 different types of houses. These ones are encased in an arch. We've got a castle, a lighthouse, and then some other little flowers. And then we have, this reminds me of, what book was that? I actually coloured it. I think it was one of Johanna's bigger books. It might have been Worlds of Wonder maybe, but there was a big sort of like car with flowers on the back. If I find it, I'll put it in the video. But yeah, I remember colouring something like this. But these are actually tractors, and obviously they've been to the fields and they've picked all of their florals ready to take to, I guess, the florist. Then we have a floral heart, which Johanna is sort of famous for as well. She always seems to have a heart in her colouring book, so that had to be in there. We've got 2 spherical motifs of underwater scenes, so very much Lost Ocean style. Then we've got a couple of fish with kind of like a town on their back, a little hamlet of houses. Quite basic, these little houses, but yeah. Then we have some more of these little vignettes. We've got cakes and sweets and keys and books and all sorts going on. So again, just something you can colour very quickly and just get a little bit of colouring done every day. So this, I believe, let's have a look. This looks like a mirror image illustration, and we have potion bottles and jewellery on this one. Some little toadstools around the perimeter as well. This is really nice. This might be my favourite spread from the book. So we've got a bit of a circus theme going on. We've got the horse on the carousel, and then we've got the big top circus tent. Really like these. They are different. It's not just flowers. We've got a different theme going on, which is what I've really been missing from Johanna, to be honest, the last few books. I really struggled, I'll be honest, with... How do I put this? Right, just disclaimer, love Johanna. She's a lovely lady. She is immensely talented, that's undeniable. But I do feel like, and I think some of you will agree with me, her last few books have been a little bit repetitive. And I will never sit here and be nasty about anybody. That's just not me. But I do know that there's been a lot of chatter around the community that, you know, we want something new from Johanna, we want something different, and I'm really hoping Wild Things, her next book to be released, may do that for us. yeah, it's very, very difficult. I will never be anything other than honest with you on here. My priority for this channel is you, the viewers. It's not being sycophantic to anybody, to any illustrator or anything like that. So I'll always try and be as honest as I can be. But I think a lot of you will agree with me. It has been quite repetitive. And I just want to, just how talented she is. I just want to see something new. You know, I mean, can you imagine a book all about sort of circus, fairground, all that kind of stuff? It would be absolutely incredible. Right, sorry about that. Let's get on. So we've got a little bathroom scene. We've got some candles going. We've got a lovely plush bubble bath ready to step into. I don't have a bath anymore. I've only got a shower now and I really miss a bath. So that's cute. And then we've got some of those, well, this little duck here, we've got kind of a zoomed in version or a more elaborately decorated version. And they've got little ocean scenes inside them, so that's really cute. Then we have got big whale with florals. Not the first time, or probably the last time, we will see a floral whale in Johanna's books. And very sweet, he's got a big sailing ship sort of perched on his nose. Now this is definitely something I'm reminded of with Small Victories, these little boats. I believe I coloured a page of boats, or almost, here we go. So you can see, very, very similar. There's the same amount on the page, and yeah, they're just really, really similar. I should finish this actually. This is terrible. I was testing some very, very cheap Temu watercolours, and yeah, you do get what you pay for, because just look at that, absolutely terrible, ruined. But I would like to finish these boats. Didn't I do this on a video? I reckon I did. I think, was I doing a video with Emily Illustrator and Suzanne and Barbara? I think it was a live that we did. You know, I'm absolutely terrible with my memory. Anyway, back to the book. So we have a page full of bags. So different kinds of handbags, some a little bit more out there and special than others. This kind of looks a little bit like Aztec or something, this bag. This one looks quite old-fashioned with the chain strap. That's cute. I don't think Johanna's done a page of bags before, but I could be wrong. Then we have another symmetrical image. This is a diamond full of leaves and flowers. And this one is, did I miss one there? I did, missed a page. Right, so this is just an explosion of different things on the page. This is very summery. I really like this one. You've got your beach bags, your fan. We've got fruits on here and ice creams and all kinds of things. It's giving me very much summer vibes. Then we've got these little boba teas. So I didn't know what a boba tea was until my son told me, my eldest. He's quite into everything sort of Japanese and that kind of thing. And he was telling me about boba tea. I can't imagine having a drink that's got balls of stuff in it that you have to chew. It sort of gives me the ick a little bit. But maybe I should try one day. Let me know what your thoughts are about boba tea. Yeah, sweet. This is a spherical one. Again, it's moths or butterflies. And yeah, once again, it's a mirrored sort of image. Now, this is the one that I've completed. I'll bring it up to camera because it's so much easier to show you in the light. So I painted this with paints from KJ Design by Karen. It comes as no surprise. I don't use any other paints because they're just so good and so easy to use. And the pigment is absolutely incredible. So I'll just do a few little wafts for you there. I got some beautiful gold, some orange. I think my favourite has to be the leaves. They are a paint that Karen did quite some time ago now called Emerald City, and they actually glitter. So the rest of it is metallic paint. So it does shine, but these actually glitter. Absolutely stunning. And then I added just a few little dots of paint pen on there, and I went around the whole perimeter with Polychromos pencils in blue. And it's actually quite incredible how long it takes to go around a perimeter. I think I got 3/4 of the way into a film, so I'm going to say like an hour and 15 minutes just to do my first pass around all of these little things. But yeah, really enjoyed it. I thought it would be nice to show you the paints. I tried to show you them on Notes of Nature, but it wasn't great. So yeah, Notes of Nature is another one of those things. Sorry, Notes from Nature, where I just don't want to be seen as a Johanna basher, because I'm so far from that, you know. I mean, they've come out all right, actually. That's the card that I've completed, but the pencils were just really clogging up on me for some reason. I couldn't for the life of me figure out what sort of materials this card had been made for. You know, while I'm here, actually, I might just very quickly try an alcohol marker, because somebody said they don't bleed through. So this one, it's a bit of a write-off. I've sort of just been messing about with the paint, so I'm just going to put some on here. This is just, you know, a quick one to check, because I forgot to test them on the review. Straight away I'm seeing speckles on there. That's very odd. I wonder if they will dry off. But oh, we've got no bleed through, so that is fantastic. Just going to do a few more layers, see if we get any bleed through. No. Just keep going a little bit just to see, because people like to layer up their alcohol markers to blend them. Nothing. So actually I probably would use alcohol markers on these. Just kind of slightly worried about that speckling though. We'll see how that dries down. I'll keep it out to one side, and then by the time we've done this video... Oh, no wait, I must have done that some other time surely, because there's nothing... Oh, I think I flicked on... Oh, do you know what, Claire? I think I flicked it. Just shut up, get on with it. Oh God. Right, let's move on. So yeah, enjoyed doing that. Now, talking of bleed through, we've had a bit of bleed through on this side from the paints. Maybe I used a little bit too much water. I tried not to, but yeah, so I would say be very careful if you are using wet media in this book, because we've definitely got some shadowing and bleed on the other side. I can probably sort that out. I'll probably colour over it or something if I ever come to do this page, and it won't look as obvious. So this is the birthday spread. We've got cupcakes and a big birthday cake, balloons, party hats and sweets, and then on this side we have the car with a gigantic cake on the back. So a little fun one there for birthdays. And then we have a page of seashells and a page of beach huts, which again I really enjoy. And all I can think about now is summer. You know, we're getting into spring. We've survived the two most depressing months of the year, and we're getting lighter nights. I can't wait for the nicer weather. Not too hot, mind you, because I get mardy when I'm too hot. But yeah, so the summer pages are really calling to me at the moment, and these beach huts would look absolutely sublime with all of those blues and reds and whites, you know, the proper beach hut colours. So this is just a little tabletop, I guess. We've got coffee and little planters, some cakes, some juice, yeah, just little tiny snapshots, I guess, into daily life. And then here we've got some foods. We've got a stack of pancakes, some waffles, some croissants, toast and jam, you know, very cute little dainty illustrations, these. Can you imagine these done in a Bridgerton style? I think that'd be quite nice. Nice pastel sort of vintage colours. Absolutely obsessed with Bridgerton, by the way. If you are, let me know, because I just can't stop talking about it. Then we've got a page of ice creams. So again, I'm sure I've seen this in Small Victories. I'm not going to keep getting the book out and flipping through, but it's something I've definitely seen before in Johanna's books, a collection of different ice creams and ice cream sundaes. Then we've got these little spherical motifs of sweets. So we've got jelly beans and lollipops and marshmallows and nice little sweets. We've got a page of bugs, which I think if we go back to, wow, was it Secret Garden or Enchanted Forest? I think there was a big page full of bugs. I'm pretty sure I coloured it. Or I could be getting mixed up with Hannah Carlson. Not sure. You'll tell me in the comments. And then we have this, again, mirror image of fruits, which is actually quite nice. I think I'd be inclined to colour this one because there's going to be so many different pops of colour on this. We've got pineapples, grapes, strawberries, pears and cherries, watermelon as well. So yeah, I think I'll colour this one definitely in summertime. We've got some ribbons here, and it looks like we're going a little bit more into autumn. We've got the acorns and the pumpkins on this one. And this is nice. This is a big sort of stacked house, and it's a nighttime scene, lots of stars and the big moon in the background, and it's just a bit fuller on the page, so I quite like that. More of a scene. Then we have, what have we got here then? So 4, 8, 12, 16 little tiny spherical motifs. So again, super sharp pencils at the ready. And they're all encased in a very fine square border. So again, just something little. They kind of remind me of little postage stamps. Something little that you could do. Might be an idea if you do really like this book to get 2 copies. And I think a lot of these things would be useful if you cut them out. You know, you could put these on envelopes, you could put them on parcels, you could use them in junk journaling and things like that. So it might be nice to have one that you colour and cut. Then we have a slightly more geometrical design, still with the organic elements of the flowers and the leaves, but we've got this geometric sort of diamond in the centre with the butterfly on top, and then the sort of ribbon-like florals going diagonally like that. That's quite nice. Be good for blending. There's some big petals there. Then we have another kind of mandala illustration. This is pots of tea. I think rainbow tea is in order here, don't you? And we've got jugs, milk jugs and spoons and tea bags, and yeah, it's just a nice little comforting tea one there. And then we've got a little tea trolley. So you can imagine just hitching this wagon to the back of your vehicle and parking up somewhere lovely and scenic and serving some tea and cake. Some more spherical small motifs. These ones aren't in the little square like this, so they're just floating. So again, just clusters of florals, all very similar to Johanna's usual florals. Somebody commented actually that it might be nice to see her do different flowers if she's so set on flowers, which she is. She loves them. What about orchids and things? Has she done orchids? I don't know. Maybe some exotic flowers. Then we have a little dove holding a flower and some little stems around. And we've got, again, some butterflies or moths. I never know. And another, what's the word? Symmetrical mirror image illustration. This one's cute. So it's a mandala of vegetables. We have got, are these turnips? No, hang on. These look like radishes, then carrots and tomatoes, and I think that's it. But this facing page is very in keeping. It's gardening. So we've got watering can, gardening tools, bird box, planters, little seed packets with pegs to keep them closed. That's really sweet. And a wheelbarrow full of flowers. This would be nice to do for spring, actually. And we have another sea creature full of florals. I don't know if this is some kind of whale or if it's a shark. It's like a flat head. I don't know. Whatever it is, colour it. Just colour it however you think. And we've got even more of these floral clusters. Now, this is the 3rd time I've seen them in as many pages, I think. Yeah. So this is what I mean about it getting a bit repetitive, you know. But again, they're very quick to colour, and that's what this book is all about. This I'm not entirely sure. It's just a whole cluster of florals going into the centre here where, you know, maybe this could be a galaxy in the centre. You could do whatever you want with this illustration. It's just very open-ended, I suppose. Then we've got 2 hens. These are really cute. Love them. Again, it would have been nice to have them in a little bit more of a scene, maybe with their hen house in the background or on a farm. We've got an umbrella with a house on top. I think Johanna's go-to is just random object with a house on top. I love it. But again, you know, you've got lots of space around it if you wanted to practice skies or whatever else. Then we've got some just single florals, very much World of Flowers, that kind of vibe. And we have another underwater spherical motif. Some coral, some fish. This one's obviously bigger, so you've got a bit more room. And then a big, it's not a puffer fish, I know, but it just reminds me of that, with flowers all over them. Now we've got some more spheres here, but these are slightly different because they've got bugs and insects in them. So that just makes them a little bit more interesting to colour. So yeah, just bugs, and maybe is this a little bee or some kind of some kind of insect, but yeah, they're really cute. And then this is like a lily pond. So again, we've got the koi carp. They're featuring quite heavily in Johanna's recent work. What was the one I coloured with a carp in it in this book? Oh, there's a page of bugs. You know, actually looking through this, I think I prefer Small Victories to Inklings. If I had to compare the two, I think there's more variety in Small Victories. What was I looking for? Oh yeah, the koi carp page. I've definitely done it, I just can't remember where it is. Ah, just spotted it, yeah. So that's quite nice. I like, you know, the kind of Asian influence on that. So yeah, again, it looks like it's one that's been sort of mirror imaged. Then we have these little strips, bookmarks. You could use them as if you were planning on doing a cut up and colour book. And then we have a cute little fuzzy bee, again with this geometrical shape, which I have noticed Johanna doing that. Was it in Worlds of Wonder? She was using quite a lot of geometric shapes. Then we have a space page, because everybody always asks for a space book, and yeah, Johanna's not keen on the idea. So we have a space page, it's a rocket circling this planet, and then we have some robots to go with it. So practicing your metallics, things like that on these would be good. I don't see any spooky illustrations, which, you know, I wasn't really expecting, to be honest, but everybody I know would like Johanna to do some kind of cute spooky book, you know, for Halloween, but no. Maybe in the future if we beg and plead hard enough. So this is a little nighttime scene of a mushroom with a house on top, and then this is very much reminiscent of Rita Berman, where all the houses are on the perimeter of this circle. Might be an interesting idea to try and colour this in a Rita Berman style. Bring the two worlds closer together. And then finally we go back to that sort of circus theme. So we've got the big top tent, we have got a little carriage, little wooden horse, balloons, a swan, and this hot air balloon as well. So it's just reminiscent of those kind of vintage circus vibes. Now on the colour palette test page, we do have a little insect sphere down the bottom for you to practice on. And again, one with a little beetle on the back. And then here are most of Johanna Basford's books, not all of them. There's that many now, I don't think you can fit them on a page. But yeah, so that is my look into Inklings. As you can see, I've broken the spine, but it sort of needed it, to be honest. Yeah, so once again, just want to make it very, very clear that I am not and never will be a Johanna hater. That is ridiculous to me. I think she's amazing and she really is the queen of colouring. But, you know, I just, again, like I said with Wonderful Wildflowers, I just want to see something new and different and fresh. Yeah, so I'm just really hoping that Johanna kind of takes comments on board, because I know I'm not the only one that's thinking that, and we all want to support her, but we just want something extra special to colour, I guess. Anyway, I'll leave a link in the description for Inklings if you want to buy it. Obviously it's on Amazon, that's the easiest place to get it, but I'm sure Waterstones and Barnes and Noble and places like that will also have it. So thank you very much for sitting with me and listening to me babble on as usual. Oh, let's just check that. So it's dry, it's still not gone through to the other side, which is fantastic, but we do definitely have those speckles on there which don't seem to be going away. So I'm gonna have to go back to the drawing board again with these cards and just try and figure out what to use on them. Someone, one of my viewers suggested gel pens. I'm just trying to think if I've got a quick gel pen I can grab hold of while I'm here. Bear with, I know I was almost finished, but let's have a look. Right, let's get my bag of gel pens. Give those a quick go. Right, let's have a look. What have we got? We've got a Jelly Roll Glaze. I'm hoping these work. I've not used gel pens in a long time. Now the glaze ones are actually quite transparent, aren't they? So it might not be the best one to show you actually. Let's just try a little bit. Yeah, again, I'm not doing it justice if I don't use something that's not transparent. Let's try this one. So this is an orange Uniball Sino. This is a glitter one, so I can feel all the little bits of glitter. I bet you can hear them as well. So yeah, I guess you can use gel pens on them. Might be your best bet actually. Just getting this one going. I've not used these for ages, like I said. But that seems to be going down really nicely. Let's try something else quickly. This is a Pentel Dual Metallic Hybrid pen. Let's see if I can do... this one's not flowing quite as nicely. What is it about gel pens? They're so temperamental. They want warming up, they want shaking, they want this, that and the other. Yeah, this one's again not playing very nicely. Oh man, what's this one? This is a souffle. Let's try a souffle. A little bit transparent, but not as bad as the glaze. They're nice and smooth going down, for sure. So yeah, it might be an idea if you've got these cards and you're a little bit stuck with the pencils like I was, just to try a few more different medias. Gel pens seem to be good. So yeah, there you go, a little bonus for you there. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate all of you, and I hope that you are still enjoying the channel all these years later. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon on Colour with Claire.